Good afternoon, teachers and students, and welcome to another episode of SCSD News. Another week has passed, so now let's hear about what happened last week across the district.
South Central FBLA competed in a district competition last week and had several students placed in the top 6 of the district. The following high school students placed in the top 3 in the district of that category. Afriana Forrest, first place in career portfolio. Sophia Patrick, first place in international business. Camarion Fenderson, second place in journalism. Isaiah Holyfield, third place in business ethics. Olivia Timms, third place in business ethics. Randy Moffitt, third place in human resource management. And Cameron Rush, third place in introduction to business procedures. Congratulations to all these winners.
The Morton High School girls powerlifting team competed in Region 3 powerlifting competition in Midland last Wednesday. The team competed hard, but junior Kiana Myers delivered a particularly impressive performance, scoring third in her weight division. Because of this, Myers will move on to the South State competition on February 28th.
Several students across the district were inducted into the National Technical Honor Society last week. NTHS is the honor society for career and technical education, serving high schools, career centers, community and technical colleges, and universities across the nation. To be part of this organization, you must hold a high grade point average in a program at the Career and Technical Center. Congratulations to those that were inducted last week.
That's it for last week's news. Now, let's hear about what happened in sports last week.
Here's what happened last week in sports. Starting with Lake, the Hornets basketball team went against Puckett with the girls winning 48-21. The boys lost to Puckett with a score of 53-47. The basketball team went up against Pelahatchie last Friday. The girls won with a score of 59-43, while the boys lost with a score of 72-34. Scott Central's basketball played against Puckett last Friday. The girls pulled out a win with a score of 50-35, while the boys lost it with a score of 58-45. Morton's basketball played against Forest last Tuesday. Both teams had a big night, as the girls won with a score of 50-13 and the boys scored 67-51. Morton's soccer team faced off against Southern East Lauderdale on the same night. Boys scored of 1-1 and girls with a score of 3-0. Finally, Sebastopol basketball teams faced off against Nana's Wilds last Tuesday. Both girls and boys team played out with the girls scoring 53-42 and the boys scoring 62-35 on Friday. The basketball team were back in action against McAdams, but both teams came out with the lose. The boys scored 67-31 and the girls scored 47-42. That's it for your sports.
Hey guys, I'm Isabella.
And I'm Ella, and today we come back to you with the joke of the week.
Hey Ella, what kind of key unlocks bananas?
I don't know what kind of kid unlocks bananas.
Monkeys!
Here's our weather report for this week. Today the weather was much warmer with the highest being 60 degrees. Tonight the lowest will be 40 degrees. Tomorrow the highest will be in the low 60s with the lowest being 41 degrees. There will also be a high chance of rain in the evening. On Wednesday, the temperature will be cooler with the highest being 47 degrees and the lowest will be 28 degrees. Thursday will be around the same with the highest being 49 and the lowest being 32. There are sunny days in the forecast for this weekend with the Friday's highest being 66 and the lowest being at 38 degrees. On Saturday, the highest will be 65 and the lowest will be 40. Finally, Sunday will be the warmest day yet with the highest temperature reaching 72 degrees and the lowest dropping back up to 44 degrees. That is it for this week's weather.
Good afternoon. This is your SCSD announcements of the week.
At Morton today, there will be a archery practice. Tomorrow, there will be a show choir practice and a basketball game at Ridgeland. Thursday, there will be an archery game at Ridgeland, show choir practice, and a Beta Club meeting at 7:15 p.m. Friday, there will be another basketball game at home versus Mendenhall. Saturday, a baseball game will play at Pelahatchie and a softball game at East Lauderdale. There will be show choir at Jackson Academy.
At Sebastopol, today there will be a junior high cheer banquet at 6. Tuesday there will be a severe weather drill, and baseball will play at Noxapater at 6. Wednesday there will be a lockdown drill, and Thursday there will be another baseball game, and Leaks County for Friday. Softball will be at West Lauderdale to play against Northeast Lauderdale and Enterprise.
At Lake today, there was a PBIS rewards trip. Tomorrow, the basketball game teams will play against Newton at Newton starting at 6 p.m. And Friday, seniors will have a FAFSA day.
Finally, at Scott Central, there will be a basketball game tomorrow at Pelahatchie. On Thursday, the archery team will compete at Brandon High School. Finally, Friday, there will be a basketball game at home versus Newton.
That's it for this week's news. Make sure to tune in next week for the next edition of SCSD News. And remember,
these are your schools, your stories, and your news.